is up, everyone? This is Wade with Trade ATS, and this is going to be our weekly technical analysis video that we're going to put out. We're going to try to do this every single week on Sunday afternoons, and basically what the goal is for these videos is just to I've already pre-scanned through some charts, and basically what I want to do is I want to point out some things that I think look interesting, that look like they may turn into some opportunities throughout this next trading week. And I just want to present those to you so you guys can take a look at them if you want. Now, quick disclaimer, these are my opinions, so you still need to do your own technical analysis, but you need to study for your own trades. But these are things that I'm pointing out that I feel are interesting, and hopefully I can shed some light on some things, and you can benefit from that. So with that being said, let's jump over to a chart, and I'll show you what my first pick is for this next week. Okay, so my first pick, what's looking pretty interesting to me is the Euro NZD. We got a weekly chart right here, and we just confirmed Sunday afternoon right now that we're headed short on the weekly. As you can see, I mean, obviously with the HA charts, you get series of candles that just go for weeks and weeks and weeks. Right now, we're under this expansion, which means that we're flowing in that directional bias of the weekly chart. We're early to what could be, several candles, several weeks of down price movement. This is that turn. So this week could really kick off. We could have a good downside move. We could have a good move to the downside. I got the daily chart over here too. We've just come out of a box. We got a new expansion, which definitely signals that markets is opening up, and we're going to deviate away from this new expansion level. So let's take some quick measurements right now. Daily's headed down. The first profit target headed down, because you definitely only want to be short on this one. If you go to this daily candle, we measure down to the next expansion. There's a very high probability that we are going to see, that we're going to hit this lower expansion here within maybe this week or the following week. Just depends on how fast price moves. But from where we are right now, that's about 300 or 250 pips of opportunity. So that can all happen tomorrow, or it can happen throughout the week, or maybe going into next week. But chances are, we're definitely going to hit that price target as long as that week stays short. And so there's going to be some good trades, whether you're trading in the mornings or you're trading the New York London sessions. That's going to equal big days where you got big runs headed down towards that price target. So as we're trading here throughout the week, like I said, we're going to probably work our way down there. We're going to make our way towards this liquidity line down here, and that's if we can get through expansion, but we'll see how it acts at that point. If we do come down and tag this liquidity line, that's going to be a big telltale sign for what the overall big move is, what's coming for this thing. If we blow through that liquidity line, chances are we're probably headed down. It's going to be probably at least the size of this range right here. So that's, 700, almost 800 pips. We'll probably be headed in short. And if we look at the overall big picture on the Euro NZD here on the weekly chart, we got people in the money from back here, and chances are, market makers are going to drive the market where there's liquidity for them to get in and out of their positions. So, over the next, it'd probably take a while, months, maybe, all of 2019, but, we could overall head back down towards this liquidity line, which is about 2,371 pips. So, anyway, I think that this is this pair that's pretty long term, but I think this pair is something worth looking at, especially just because we're coming out of that turn on the weekly. I think we're going to see some big swings on Euro NZD, and I think we're going to get a lot of opportunity out of that. So that's the first pair I think you should check out. And let me see. The next pair is one that honestly it's not really my favorite pair. It's a popular pair, but honestly I really don't like trading it because there's actually too much. I think there's too much volume in it. Then there's some people that are totally diehard on this one. So it's actually Euro dollar. So let's drag Euro dollar over here. Okay. So you can see this is why I don't like Euro dollar. It's just days just back and forth, choppy, a lot of range on Euro dollar. Like I said, it's just due to there's so many people trade. This is the highest volume traded pair, and there's literally always a willing buyer, a willing seller, which tends to keep the price obviously in a tight range. You need that volatility. You need the swings to actually make any money out of this stuff. So anyway, but we have broken out of the range. You can see we're above expansion on the daily right here, and we're above expansion on the weekly. We've just come out of this box on the weekly, and it's actually matured a few weeks. So this can definitely be one that actually could open up for a good pop to the upside. Right here on the weekly, we have, if we're testing this old expansion level here, it seems like there's a good probability that we could end up blowing through that, especially because it looks like this can of whipped down and tested our lower expansion, and that held. So we're still above that. If we do pop through that, then we can see several weeks of up movement for about 351 pips. Not a huge amount, but at least we have a direction that it's settled. One of the biggest hurdles with trading is just understanding what direction the overall pair is heading, and that's most of the battle, regardless of how many pips it moves. So this one looks like it's forming actually to be pretty clear as far as what we need to be doing. So what I do on this particular pair, I would probably wait for this day to rotate back long and confirm. So when you got that daily confirmed, we'll be above expansion right here. We're going to be above expansion on the weekly, and I think we could see some good runs. By the time it rotates, probably be in this neighborhood right here. Up to this next liquidity line is 123 pips, and then the one above that is 324. And if that weekly goes, obviously we're definitely going to those price targets, and that's going to mean that through those days we're going to get some good runs. So, and they should be, relatively easy to trade. So anyway, those are two pairs I think are interesting to look at for the next week. I'd wait for the rotation on this one, and always be careful. Do your own analysis. Build your own knowledge. This is just my opinions. I'm definitely going to be scouting these pairs out throughout the next week. And if I see anything or anything that unfolds that is worth making a video over, then I'll do that throughout the week as well, and share my opinions on that. So anyway, that about does it. Feel free to send us any comments to admin@tradeats.com if you want us to do a video on something specific. I know we're going to actually start doing some videos on cryptocurrencies and things like that, doing some analysis videos, a lot of interest in that space. So, this software can definitely help. If you are investing in Bitcoin and things, this can save you a lot of bad timing in the cryptocurrency markets if you use this to enter those positions as well. So look out for those videos. We'll be putting them on our YouTube channel. That being said, it about does it. So anyway, you guys have a great week, and wish everyone happy trading, and we'll see you on the next video.